It's hot, it's windy, and it's time to irrigate. Or is it? Good morning, everyone. This is Matt Long with your Easy Agronomy voice memo for July 2nd. It seems the question of when to start irrigating is always on our minds. And this past week, I've been getting questions about when to start, and there are several considerations to take into account in each situation. One thing we all need to understand, the visible symptoms of stress that we see in our corn can be from multiple stresses. Rolled leaves can be found in almost any cornfield on a hot, windy day. And this doesn't always mean we need to irrigate. In fact, it could mean just the opposite. Corn plants with rolled leaves are trying to protect themselves from the stress they sense in their environment. And interestingly enough, rolled leaves are an indication of not only heat and drought stress, but also waterlogged soils. While I'm sure that's not the cause of today's stress, it is important to take into account several other factors before we flip that irrigation switch to on. First of all, how's the moisture profile in the root zone and beyond? This year, I am fairly confident that the lower profile is full or nearly full from winter and spring moisture, so it's more important today to focus on the root zone. And just how deep are those roots today? A good rule of thumb is that the corn roots are as deep as the corn is tall, or slightly deeper. So today we are likely managing a root zone profile of 12 to 30 inches, depending on the size of the corn. The second important piece of information is how much water is available to the plants. Within a soil profile, approximately 50% of the area is taken up by the solids, or the soil. The other 50% is available space for water and air, and it is important that there is both at all times. So if we look at the soil at field capacity, 50% of it is solids and 50% of it is air and water. And in most silt loams in our area, that amounts to 1 to 1.5 inches of plant available water per foot of soil. Another consideration to take into account is what the water demand is and what our ability to service those demands are. Right now, evapotranspiration rates are coming in around 20 to 25 hundredths per day, but when we near tasseling and grain fill, that will increase to 35 to 50 hundredths per day. Having the ability to apply and supply enough water from irrigation and the root zone profile to meet this demand is important when we get there. Developing a larger profile is important now, and by profile, I'm referring to the rooted depth. Corn plants are opportunistic. If they have the opportunity to use water easily, they will, and they will use the least amount of energy to do it. Because of this, overwatering now can greatly affect your crop's performance later. Overwatering early can cause your crop to develop less roots and a shallower root system, which later in the season can cause your crop stress. If you're thinking it's time to switch on, take some time to evaluate all of the important factors. Go to the field, use a shovel, a post hole digger, or a soil sampling tool, and check out the texture and wetness of the soil in your root zone. Waiting to irrigate and developing a deeper root system is like pushing your straw through the ice in the bottom of your cup. There's more water down there to get, and once your straw is at the bottom, you've got more capacity to draw from. Developing a larger root zone now will increase your chances of reaching maximum yield this fall. That's all I've got for you today. I'm Matt Long, helping you farm differently. Hey, real quick, don't forget, if you have a question you would like me or one of our agronomic experts to answer, all you have to do is reply to this text message with EZ Agronomy followed by your question. Remember, that's the letters EZ Agronomy, all one word, followed by your question.